Python data types. Python data types are integer, float, complex number, Boolean, strings, list, tuple, set, dictionary. We'll look at some of the examples, and these list, tuple, set, dictionary, these things we'll deal with them in depth in later videos. Integers. Let us look at integers. They can be of any length in Python. Now let's print integer, define, debug, start without. That's printed 25. Now let us print type 25. Display what type it is. Start without is class integer. Similar way into float. Print 1. Start with this 1.1 is float. Print type is 1.1. Start without is class float. Another data type is complex number. Complex number is in the form of a real number plus an imaginary number. So there will be a real part and an imaginary part for a complex number. Let us print type of this number also, that number 2. 2 plus 3 debug, start with our debug. So 2 plus 3j is class complex. We want to display infinity, say print 1.8e308. This number is equal to infinity. Debug, start with our. So this number is showing as INF, that is, it is infinity. In case of a float, you can as well display it as print 1.1 e2. That means it is 1.1 into 10 power squared. Start without debugging. That is 110. You see this 1.1 into 10 square is 1.1 into 100. That is 110. So that's how we can display these integers and then the integer types, and float types, and complex number, and type of that number. So type can be used to display what type of data type it is. Print data type. Now print, you can use a string in double quotes or in single quotes. String data type, string test. I can just write string test. This given it in double quotes. Print string test. This I have given it in single quotes. So if I debug or debug string test. So we can use either double quotes or a single quote to display the string. What if there is a single quote inside the text itself? Let's see. print. We are using single quote and there is a single quote inside the text itself. Python's string test. Then this will fail because here we are using a single quote and for displaying the string itself we are using a single quote. So it may think that the string might have ended here. So if I try to run this, then I'll get an error. So to avoid that, we can use double quotes, Python's string test. Let us delete this. So it will print the string with single quote. Now we can achieve the same functionality with escape sequence. So I use the single quote, Python, I'll use the escape sequence, then I'll use single quote and yes, Python's string test. Save it. Start without debug. So it has did that with single quote. So if you are using a single quote to display the string, then you can use the escape sequence, this backslash, to display that single quote. Or to display the single quote, we can as well use double quotes. What is there is a double quote inside the string itself. Print. I say he said that Python is the trend now. So we have a double quote here. Now if we give double quote here, then it will error out. Debug, start without debugging, error out. So we should use now single quote. Use the single quote. Now save it, start without debugging. So he said that Python is the trend now. So if there is a double quote inside the string itself, we use the single quote. Or we can use the escape sequence. Let us give this in double quotes. So the string itself has got a double quote. So we use the escape sequence here and here. So now we execute this. He said that Python is a trend now. So that's how we can either use the single quote if there is a double quote inside the string itself, or we can use the escape sequence to get rid of that double quotes in the string, or to show that double quote inside the string itself. Another way is just use the triple quotes. Copy this, paste this. So instead of a double quote here, if I say triple quote, and instead of this double quote ending, I'll end it with a triple quote. So we have this string with these double quotes, and let us remove this escape sequence because we have given that triple quote. Now let's see the result. So he said that Python is the trend now. So we can as well use the triple quote to display that double quotes inside the string. If you want to split it into two lines, print This is the first line and end with a new line character slash n. Say this is the second line. It debug, start without debug. So this is the first line and this is the second line. That's how you can split it into two different lines using the slash n. Slash n is the new line character. If you use slash t, it is a tab character. So to give a space of one tab. This is the first line and then there is a space of one tab and this is the second line. That's how you can use this string data type. We can as well find what data type it is using the type by t of, I say a, and again start without debugging. This class str, that is it is string data type. Now Boolean data type. Boolean data type. So print 1 is equal to 2. We say 1 is equal to in Python is double equal to. 1 is not equal to 2, so it will display false. Let's see. So it has shown us false. Now let us say print 1 equal to, see what it will show us. It is true. So that's how we can use this Boolean data type.